can feel pain, you are alive. If you can feel others' pain, you are human. And if you can work towards reducing others' pain, you are a Rotarian. Namaskar and welcome to Anubhav Rotary Sunday series from District 3192, where stories of service, leadership and inspiration take center stage. I am Rotarian Milind Deshpande and I am pleased to bring to you another inspiring individual today, interviewed by one and only Rotarian Sanjay Dugar.
Hello everyone and welcome once again to the Anubhav Rotary Sunday series. And this time we have a really powerful personality in Rotary, and I would like to welcome Dr. S. Nagendra. Just a little brief about him. He has been the district governor twice, and he's been a distinguished leader who has made an extraordinary impact with Rotary and beyond. Dr. Nagendra is widely respected for his leadership and mentorship. Along with his spouse, he is among the rare couples recognized as best president in Rotary and Innerville, exemplifying service and leadership together. I guess it's all in the family. But nevertheless, a stalwart in the field of human resources, he brings a unique blend of 26 years of corporate HR experience and 24 years in academics, shaping countless professionals and leaders. His contributions have been recognized with the prestigious Lifetime Achievement Award by the National Institute of Personnel Management. Dr. Nagendra also holds the distinction of being among the first MBA graduates from Karnataka University of Mysore, marking the beginning of a remarkable journey of excellence. In Rotary, he is a recipient of all three of the highest honors in Rotary: Service Above Self Award, Distinguished Service Award, and Meritorious Service Award. A testament to his lifelong dedication to service. Join us as we engage with his inspiring personality, whose journey truly reflects leadership, learning, and lasting impact. Welcome to you, Dr. S. Nagendra.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
So as we start, first of all, let's think about and hear about how you came into the Rotary movement.
Thanks to my uncle, Rotarian Sundar Swami, who was a member of the Rotary Bangalore Vijayanagar, who invited me to join Rotary Bangalore in Vijayanagar way back in 1987. So I joined Rotary Bangalore Vijayanagar and very soon became the president of Rotary Vijayanagar in 1991. God's grace, I could do well and was awarded the best president of the year, 1991. Probably that beginning was something which was remarkable and really changed my life. Rotary really changed my life. And probably I looked at Rotary from different perspectives and started understanding what Rotary is all about.
That's interesting, sir. So you joined in 87.
Yeah.
That's like almost 40 years now. So
Yes.
extremely good to hear. And yes, you deserved the Best President Award, I'm sure. So it was wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing that, sir. If I look at Rotary, how has it changed the life of people? Maybe you can pick up themes from medical education, general life, etc.
We can discuss on this for hours, but I would like to restrict myself to 2-3 cases where it has really changed the lives of people. 2004, Rotarian Prabhashankar invited me to head a committee which had to take charge of heart surgeries for children. First time we got a child coming from Pakistan for a heart surgery in Narayana Hrudayalaya. That was the beginning of heart surgeries in Bangalore. Sir, till now, between Jayadeva Hospital, Narayana Hrudayalaya and few other hospitals, we have almost completed 15,000 surgeries, heart surgeries in the last several years. Now, if we pick up each of these cases and see how their lives have changed, in fact, I've seen quite a few of them coming and telling us that this child, which was operated 20 years back, has now taken, she's now first class in PUC and she's trying to join medical profession. Now that is what we see as changing lives. 15,000 lives being changed because of this one project of heart surgeries. Thanks to Indian, Rotary, which brought not only Indian children but several children across different countries, neighboring countries, and they were all benefited because of this. This is something which has really changed the lives of people. Several people who have lost their limbs due to accidents and who would have definitely been at home without doing anything if only Rotary was not giving us a helping hand. Now look at a person who could drive auto but meets with an accident and loses his limb, the leg. Now, after about a year or so, when the leg was completely healed, he gets a prosthetic limb, and because of which he again come back as a auto driver. Now, look at this one life which has changed. And believe me, friends, in this last 20-25 years, approximately 5 to 6 lakhs of people have changed their lives because of this one project in Bangalore alone. I am not talking of all India. Bangalore alone, every year we change at least 5 to 6,000 people who get this prosthetic limbs, whether hands or legs. Now look at this. In fact, this auto driver comes and tells us that, sir, you have not given me a leg, you have given my life. Now, this is what is changing lives. Another example, look at the small kids, 3 days old, 4 days old, 5 days old children who have lost their mothers during birth. Now they need human milk. Now there are some mothers who have lost their child during birth. Now Rotary matches these two and tries to get this human milk bank where these mothers donate their milk and these children who have lost their mothers get their milk. Is this not changing lives of these young, few days old, babies? Now this is what Rotary does. If you look at hundreds of projects of Rotary, we have seen changing of lives, changing of the entire family. It is, see, when a child is operated, it is not that one child which is benefited. It is the entire family that is benefited. So we need to look at this. This is exactly what we see. Rotary, what is the definition of Rotary? Is doing good in the world. And for me, it is changing lives, which has really made an impact in the lives of many families and many human beings.
Absolutely amazing, sir. I mean, I get goosebumps when I hear stories like this, the kind of impact that we create. Heart surgeries, artificial limbs, human milk. I mean, absolutely amazing. And of course, the volume, staggering. And that too, you're only saying this was the impact in Bangalore alone. So you can imagine how, when we put the numbers together across the country, how much more it is. What I also really liked was we went beyond the geography. I mean, heart surgeries from across. And it's really, really commendable. I mean, amazing work, Rotary, and thank you for sharing that.
As we say, Rotary has no boundaries.
Absolutely. Rotary has no boundaries.
One Rotary, one world.
Rotary.
One Rotary, one world.
So I'm also looking at the other side. I'm sure when we do such good service, Rotary should be doing something for the Rotarians as well. So in your opinion, how do the Rotarians see some value in being a member of Rotary?
Sir, I think the best example is me. See, in fact, I was an ordinary person doing some work somewhere, in my profession. But when I came into Rotary and started working with Rotarians, started learning about the different projects, started working with, when I got an opportunity to be the Rotary, governor in 2009-10, and then again in 11-12, when unfortunately Pandurang Patnis passed away and I was invited by the Rotary International President to take over again, all this I saw as an opportunity to change my life. In fact, I would always say Rotary makes an ordinary person an extraordinary person. The leadership that I have acquired is because of Rotary. I completely salute Rotary because what it has given. In fact, the leadership that we undergo, whether as a president, as an assistant governor, as a zone governor, or even as district governors, I tell you, no other organization can give this kind of training, leadership training in the world. In fact, we know, Rotary leadership is something extraordinary. There is no other organization which makes 1 year you are an observer, you observe what is happening. The second year you are preparing, and the third year you execute. Whether it is Rotary president at the club level, or district governor at the district level, or international president, all of them do this. So Rotary leadership is something which is extraordinary, and this is what Rotary has given to every Rotarian. Every Rotarian, because of this rubbing shoulders with several Rotarians, who are like minded, who have that service motive, we definitely change our lives. Our families are changed. In fact, sir, one story which really touched my heart, a couple in Chandigarh. The man takes over as the president, young president in Rotary. Wife is not able to accept this because they have two young children, and she had to take care of these two children. Now, she keeps nagging, this man, you have taken over as the president of Rotary, and, family is suffering and all that. But on one fine day in the morning, when she goes to pick up some vegetables, she steps on a gunny bag, and then she feels that there is a human being in this gunny bag. And she tries to open and see, yes, there was a human being who was having a lot of wounds on his body, and somebody had just put him in the gunny bag and thrown. Now she runs to her husband, says, can you do something to this man from your Rotary? And this man takes up not only this case, but he completely surveys Chandigarh city and finds that about 180 people are suffering from this leprosy, and they were all taken care of by this Rotary Club. And this changed the life of not only the man who was the president, but the lady who was today committed to the Rotary and the Rotary service. And these people are none other than Usha Sabu and Raja Sabu. He becomes the Rotary International President. And today she is a source of inspiration to many, many ladies in Rotary. This is the story of Usha herself, who said, this is what we need to have in Rotary. That, belongingness to Rotary makes complete difference in people. So I think this is what Rotary has given to people, sir. I think it is beyond, explanation. This has changed touched the hearts of people, and it has changed the lives of Rotarians completely.
Absolutely brilliant. And that too, coming from a distinguished HR professional saying Rotary leadership is extraordinary. I think we really need to make a note of that and inspire all Rotarians to do some sort of leadership at some level that is possible, so that you learn, you grow, and you execute. Of course, we wish that everyone can go much higher every year. But thank you for sharing that. And as a last question and a very short answer from you about one tip which you would give for every Rotarian that is now listening to this video.
I would want to tell a story and then close. Now, there was a Rotarian in Thailand, and this person used to come to Rotary meetings and spend about half an hour, have his lunch, and this was a lunch on club, and he would go away. But then one day, president calls him and says, there is a child which is ailing. Why don't you take her to the hospital? And unwillingly, he takes the child to the hospital and gets her treated. And while coming back, this girl asks him a question, Uncle, are you God? And this man is shattered, and he says, why are you asking this question? Then she says that, my grandmother always tells me that when we are in difficulty, people come and help us. And today you have come and helped me. So you must be God. Believe me, friends, he was a Rotary member till then. At that point of time, he becomes a Rotarian, and he narrated this story when he had come to Bangalore, and he told us that that changed his life completely. And he not only became the president of the club, the district governor, and director of Rotary, and went on to become the Rotary International president, Bichoy Ratakal. Now, this man, Bichoy Ratakal, was a stunning example of changing lives. And people, the leadership of Rotary should change Rotary members from Rotary members to Rotarians. They should put Rotary into them. That will make the difference in the lives of people. And this Bichoy Ratakal was my role model in Rotary, whom I looked at as a great source. See, he was a blend of a great Rotarian and a great politician. He was the vice president of Thailand, and he lived up to that great expectations from people.
Absolutely amazing. I think a very, very powerful story indeed to say how Rotarians should be really brought into the system. I think not just being a Rotary member, but becoming a Rotarian is really the way one should bring in, and that's a great tip. Thank you, Dr. S. Nagendra. We really appreciate your contribution into this video series. I'm sure it's going to help the listeners tremendously. Once again, thank you for your time.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of Rotary Sunday Series. If today's story inspired you, share it and subscribe for more such meaningful conversations from Rotary District 3192.